There are more in the end of Hilches Sukkos, in the halachos of Simchas Torah, steht in Shulchan Aruch, the Mechaber says, "V'koirin yontov achrim Simchas Torah, v'fishe smeichim v'oisim boi seudas mishte legomro shel Torah." Says the Gaon, tonight is the 226th Yahrtzeit of the Gaon. Kemoishekosa bereish medrash koheles, v'yas mishte lechol avodov, Omar Rav Yitzchok mikan she'oisin seudo legomro shel Torah. When you finish Torah, you make a seuda. That's the source of making a simchas Torah. When you finish, oisin seudo. So the Gaon brings down that the source of Yontef Achas Simchas Torah Smeichim ve'oisim b'sudas mishte is this pasuk by Shlomo HaMelech. Nochamol in Ilchos Talmud Torah, Shulchan Aruch brings down the Ramok mesayem masecheta, not only in the Siyum of Torah, mesayem masecheta mitzvah l'smoyach v'lasei seudo v'nikre seudas mitzvah. The Gaon brings down a few sources to this halacha, that you make a seudas mitzvah when you finish a masecheta. Brings down a b'si Yosef, v'oisi mishte v'simcha l'siyuma shel Torah, kosu ba'agoyes tשרי, perikulu v'arov b'shem oyer zeruah motzosi, ikoroi shel haminog, b'medrash b'tchila shir hashirim, v'yovo Yerushalayim, v'yamoy lifnei aroim bris Hashem, v'yal oilois, v'yas shlomim, v'yas mishte lekol avodov, Omar Rav Yitzchok nochamol the Gaon, nochamol the zolbezach. Over here, the Gaon doesn't bring down only the first pasuk, but the second pasuk, "Vayamu lifnei aroin bris Hashem, vayal oilos, vayas shlomim, vayas mishtel kol avodav." Omer Rav Yitzchok, "Mekan she'isim sudu lo goyim rishol Torah." So the truth of the matter is, Eimo fa'almo, people read this medrech, people read this Gaon, but I would like to just say over what happened. Shlomo HaMelech finished the Binyan Beis Hamikdash. This is the Binyan Beis Hamikdash Harishon, which is built 480 years after Yetzias Mitzrayim. And when he finishes, he comes in, and then Begivoin Nire Hashem El Shlomo B'Chalei Malayla. He has a dream at night. Vayomer Elohim Sh'al Ma'etin Loch. Make a request. I'm willing to give you whatever you want. Vayomer Shlomo. It's all in the Cholim. Ato asisa im avdecha David Ovi Chesed Godel kasher holach lefonecho be'emes u'betzedoko u'beyishras leiv avimecho. You made a lot of chasodim with my father, who was truthful with his justice. It was Yishar Leiv. Vatishmoyer lo yesachesed hagodel hazeh. You kept this chesed to my father. Vatiten lo bein yoshev al kisei kayom hazeh. There's a whole Gaon about it. But the hemshich for Malchus Beis David Shlomo in the Cholim is telling HaKadosh Baruch Hu, I would like to thank you so much that the Malchus Beis David is continuing through me. I'm Shlomo, the son of David. Ve'ato Hashem Elokai, ato imlachto es avdecho tachas David ovi, v'anoichi nar kotten lo eidot seis v'boich. When I kleine ingel, I'm a small little child, I can't go in, I can't go out, and you made me into a melech instead of my father. Ve'avdecho betoich amcho asher bocharto, am rov asher lo yimon v'lo yisofa meroiv. I'm one of so many people in Klal Yisrael. What am I chosen to become the king instead of my father? V'nosato le'avdecho leiv shemeya, lishpoit es amcho lehovin ben toiv l'ra, ki mi yuchal lishpoit es amcho hakoved hazeh. He says, he asked me, what? Kodesh Baruch Hu tells him, make a wish. What is my wish? What is my request? That you should give me a leiv shemeya. I should have a leiv shemeya, lishpoit es amcho, to be a judge, lehovin ben toiv l'ra, to know what's good and what's evil. This is my request. Vayito v'adovo be'ina Adonai. Kodesh Baruch Hu liked it very much. Ki shoal shloimo yes adover hazeh. He only requested to be shofet lahavin ben toiv l'ra. Vayomer Elohim elov, yan asher sha'alta es adover hazeh, v'lo sha'alta lecha yomim rabim. You could have asked for arichas yomim. You didn't ask for arichas yomim. V'lo sha'alto lecho oisher. You didn't ask for money. V'lo sha'alto nefesh oivecho. You didn't ask to be a king that should be able to conquer and kill all your enemies. V'sha'alto lecho havin lishmoya mishpat. And the request is that you should have a heart to be shemea the mishpat. This is what you request. Ine osisi kidvorecho. I'm going to do as you ask me. Nasati lecho leiv chochem v'noved asher kamoicho lehoyo lefonecho v'acharecho leyokum kamoicho. I'm going to give you such a leiv chochem v'noved that Shlomo HaMelech was called a chochem mikol adam. Where is the Michoel of chochem mikol adam? The Gaon says in Koheles that Shlomo HaMelech's chochmeh began in this cholim. Beforehand, Shlomo HaMelech wasn't such a chochem. He became a bazundere gift, a bazundere matana from the Kadosh Baruch Hu of leiv chochem, because that's what he asked for. He didn't ask for wealth, he didn't ask for money, he didn't ask for covet, he didn't ask for oisher, he didn't ask for all these things. Therefore, he got it. V'gam asher lo yisho'alto. Bazundere thankfulness from the Kadosh Baruch Hu. Nosate li gam oisher, gam kovet asher lehoyo kamoicho ish b'melochim kol yamecho. V'im telech bidrocha lishmui chuka kasher olach David avdecho. You know what? You're going to get oisha, you're going to get arichas yomim. You didn't ask for it. But because you asked for leiv chochem, you're going to get everything else as well. Vayikas Shlomo. Shlomo wakes up. He sees the whole thing is chalem. Ayovo Yerushalayim. This is the pasuk that the Goyim brings down. Vayamoy lifnei aroim bris adinoi. Vayal oilos vayal shlomim vayas mishte lekol avodah. He's making this mishte. Okay. Rashi brings down, it's a medrash in Koheles Rabbo, Vayikas Shlomo ve'inei chaleim. How does he know? Havin shechaleim emes. He knew the dream is an emes, a dream. Why? Shomeya oif metzaftzef umevin l'shoinoi. Kelev noiveach umevin l'shoinoi. He started hearing the animals, the sprach, the language of the animals, and he understands the sfas haklovim and the sfas ha'oifos. He knows all the languages of all the Baalei Chaim. So he knew it's emes cholim. And the second he knew it's emes cholim, he goes to Yerushalayim, and lifnei aroim bris Hashem, he goes in front of the Oran, he brings korbanos oilos and shlomim, vayas mishtel kol avodah. So this is the source of the Goyen, that this is the mekor of oisim simcha l'siyuma shel Torah. This is the whole simchas Torah is from this pasuk, and the Goyen brings down that this sheyasai masecheta l'smoyach v'la'aseh suda, the mekor is from Vayovi Yerushalayim Vayamud Lifnei Aron Bris Hashem, which is a pel otzum, because the Torah is not talking about Shlomo HaMelech finished learning Torah, he didn't finish writing a Sefer Torah. There's no Siyum, there's nothing doing here. All there is over here is a bakosha for chokhmah. Baruch Hu answered him, yes, because you asked me for chokhmah for nothing else, I'm giving it to you. So Shlomo threw a party. He took a chef, major chef, oiloi, shlomi, meat, everything else, and he made a mishta lekol avodov, and this is the source of making Sudas mitzvah, sai legoyim from masecheta in Shulchan Aruch Yerodeo, sai legoyim shel Torah in the end of Hilchas Sukkah in Simchas Torah. So I'd like to say a word. Was ist der Pshat in dem? Was ist der Pshat? Weist euch that the simcha of Goyim Rosh Torah and the simcha of Siyum Masechta is not for the fact that I learned and I now have a simcha because I was mesayem a Masechta. And I made a Siyum because I'm a Seder, Seder Nashim, Seder Nezikim, Seder Moed. That's not the word. The word is that there is a kinyan chokhmah every time you learn a Masechta. Every step you take on the way and you make a bigger kinyan Torah, you mis'ala in the darga, you become a bigger Muslim. And for that madrege, the Simchas HaSiyum is not for finishing a Masechta. Finishing a Masechta is only a symbol. It's a probe for having a gresere kinyan Torah. And since you're becoming a bigger Chacham, the Leiv Chacham that you got by Shlomo Tzach told the Leiv Chacham in the fact that he knew what's Ikar and what's Tafel, what a person, what a Melech Yisrael has got to ask for or not. But every time you finish a Seder or you finish a Torah or you go in Rosh Torah, you miss Allah. You know, the Shulchan Aruch says that mineg ein oimrim tachnun achas simchas Torah kol chodesh Tishrei. Why? Zog de Goyim, because the simcha of the Siyum Torah is nimshach a few days after the Siyum. It's not only because I was in Fanish Masechta. The word is right now when I finished Torah, I became a bigger mensch, I became a bigger chacham, I was a bigger kinyan Torah. So in that aspect, the simcha of which happened via this Siyum is continuing for the days to come. You know, the Gemara states, Sidor Gemara. The Gemara stated bo Metzia, there's a sugya in the Kuftes Amud Beis of Arisus. There was a shasler, there was a ganon, a gardener who came and he said, I'm going to do half and half, and then he decided he's going to Eretz Yisrael. And the question is how to split the revochim, because till now he had a little peiros and it's not the end of the season. So question to split it half and half, 3/4 and a quarter, 5, 6 and a 6, back and forth the whole shtickle Torah. Then it says in the Gemara that Rav Acha Breder Rav Yosef asked Rav Ashi, what is the shiur? How much does he have to? Because all different shilas. He only finished 50% of the job. He's supposed to get 50% of 50%. Should he get a quarter? No. He's going to have to take another oris to complete the job. So the other guy is going to get who has to lose it. The Baal Boss has to lose it. The oris has to lose it. The whole Omud in the Gemara in Bo Metzia state, as Rav Acha Breder Rav Yosef asked Rav Ashi, what's the shiur of Shasel? Omar le Rav Ashi kimates l'shchitas kochim to ve'aksheli. When you get to learn zvachim, when you come to kochim, come to ask me this shayla. Zogt Rashi, kimates l'shchitas kochim, hikarti b'cho she'ato chadud. I see you're a sharp guy, v'yodea la'amik v'lahakshes, and you know how to be. V'chimates l'zvachim shi'amuko to akshelon ve'eten l'chol leiv l'taret lefi she'loscho. Zogt Rashi, Zeh Mavin, you're coming with all the svoras back and forth. You come to Kochim, Doknim, Tifazach, V'chimat Shiamuko, Ve'eten Leiv L'Tars Lefi Sheilos. According to Rashi, he was Mekabel. Rav Ashi was Mekabel the Kasha of Rav Acha, and he was Meshabech, it's a good Kasha. And he says, you know the time to answer it when you learn Kochim. The Ramban brings it, he shlogs up the Rashi. He says, "Ve'ikar apirush kedivrei Rabbeinu Chananel, shepirush dedchuye matchile." He didn't tell me. You come to Kochim, when you come to Kochim, you'll be a grace. Ve'omar le, adayin lo yishonisa kol haTalmud, ve'lo yodato darkoi, ukshetagia leseder Kochim ve'shonisa hakol, to ve'aksheli sheizborer lechotayim ve'chem pirush Ravai Goyen b'tshuva shayla ve'chem posak Rabbeinu hagodol ba'alochas. He tells him the other way around. Ich sehe das noch nicht gelernt Kochim. Kontik von der Scheile, that you don't know the Darkei Talmud. And sie fällt dir Yedias von Apor Gemara, sie fällt dir in der Avona von Torah. If you would have known Kochim, if you would have learned Zvachim, you wouldn't have asked the Scheile here, but the Arisa how to split it. You would know it yourself. The fact that you didn't, as I stated in Ramban, the fact that you didn't know, you have to know, fällt dir reis. Even though, lernt doch Bo Metzia. Chashayli in Arisus, Nashayla Mekabel Sodom Chaveir, was Shayches Ot, Poka Piguloi to the Shayla Dof von Arisim. Von deswegen, you see that when you learn noch a masecheta, these alus in Torah is such, you become such a chacham that we're going to learn about Metzia, you're going to know, for the Shayla from Shasla, you wouldn't have the Shayla once you know the tifkeit of the sugyas, which apparently seem to have no shayches. Briskerov, the Reb Chaim vergessen auf the Briskerov, and gewinnt a Bocher, you can Shas mit Rashi. That was, as habe ich gehört von Rebbe Sheber. Sagt, as the Tat hat gesagt, the Seder hat gesagt auf den Taten, Reb Chaim said about the Briskerov, that you can Shas mit, was you can Shas mit Rashi. Teretzi ist nicht, weil hat noch Yedias, aber wir kennen von Fragen Ascheile in Chulin zu in Erchin zu in Megillah. Aber eine, was kennt Shas mit Rashi, halt bei jenem Adrege von Hoben die Chochmas Atere. You know, I want to quote, the reason why I'm quoting it, because the word from I have Reb Chaim Kanievsky many years ago. Steht in Mishnah in Ovis, ben Bagba Goemer, Hafrich bo ve'hafrich bo de Kula bo. Zogt Reb Chaim Volozhin in Ruach Chaim. Avot Reb Chaim Volozhin. Yodu, I'm full so. Kiva she'igiu leTalmud, ein le shiur, v'tzorich lehafrich, u'lesalsel oisa kol yemei chayov. ואומר הופך בו כדרך שאומרו חז"ל בעיר ונדף נ"ד ומבייס לא מנים של התיר לדד Ma hadad. Atinoik is memashmish in the dad is moitzi cholov. As is divrei vehine. Zogt Reb Chaim Volozhiner k'moy hadad she'atzmusei boso v'atinoik moitzi mimenu cholov ken hatoiro lemoshul midin suke efsher lehatir agune. Reb Chaim Volozhiner zogt am lernt suke miken mater sein agune. אף שלפי האירוע הרעוס נראה שכמה דינים אין נצרוכים ואין נהוגים לנו עטו ולא כן כי יכולנו למוד עם דין אחד מחברו ודובר זה ידוע להוגים בו. In any place in Torah, from the fact that you mushlam in Dr. Chaim Volozhiner din suke, you could mimate aguna. I was once by Chaim Kanievsky, and somebody asked him the kasha, "Vu kumt suke zu aguna?" So he says, "The Gemara in Perek get poshut, steht in Gemara in get poshut." Hashayle by star hirchike saedim min aksav, shtei shitim is posel pochus mikan kosher, steht oyu arbo v'chamisha edim. אבל ונמצא אחד מהם כושר, קור ופוסט, דסקאי מדוס בשעה. מסייל לחזקיה, דומר חזקיה, מילאו בקרויבים, שממלא בקרויבים כושר. ואל תתאמו, the fourth is, you're not allowed to have in the star the ksav of how much I owe you money to the edim, because somebody could fill it up. So it has to be samud, it has to be... So the more, if you take posla edim, you write a bunch of posla brothers, it's also kosher. ואל תתאמו, שהרי אוויר סוכה פויסל משלושה, schach posel poisel barbo. You shouldn't be nicht sein compelled because sukkah if the shleisha avir, the shleisha tfachim psula milu b'schach posel dover hamekabel tume. So the sukkah is kosher. Why? Because schach posel only passes the sukkah barbo tfach. So too, we learned arois from sukkah. Reb Chaim gesagt, das ist sicher was Reb Chaim Volozhiner hat gemeint die Gemara. Which means the oil Michoel anal is one thing. One more Gemara, the Gemara state. Was Psavol von was Reb Chaim bringt, was gehört von Reb Chaim. Es ist alles dasselbe Wort. Steht in Moed kvar shalach Rab Yochanan ben Bagbag אצל רב יהודה בן ביסר לנציב ושמעתי עליך שאתה אמרתו שהרוסו בס ישראל לחלוס בתרומו. אז תחדיין גמור יוסי יהודה בן בייז ועתו אי עתו אימר כמוחזקני בכו שעתו בוקי בחדרתו ליוש בקלוחם אי עתו יודע זוקת רב חונון מוחזקני בכו שעתו בוקי לידוש בקלוחם לחורה מה אין קלוחם לבקיוס בחדרתו ואומר כבוד מויר ורבי אגרח הלוי כי לידריש בקל וחמר אין צורך לבקיס, אבל לידע שהקל וחמר של קיומו ואין עליו שום פרחה, לזה צורך להסבוקי בחדרי תורה, כי אפשר שהקל וחמר בהלכות שבס ויש עליו פרחה מדין נתון וכייצא בו. הואילה מכל הנעל, הסיום von der Masechta, this is the zugekommene Sach. Das, was der Goyim bringt, als der Mekoyer von Oisim Suda or Siyum masecheta or Siyum Shel Torah Siyum masecheta is because Shlomo HaMelech hat gebeten, das ist der einzige Zuleg, was ich will sagen, Shlomo HaMelech hat gebeten für Alev Chacham, Alev Mevin und dort hat gemacht am Mishte lekol Avodov in Yerushalayim vayal Oilus vayizbach Shlomim is because the Simcha of Siyum is merely not a Simcha of ending the Masechta, but the Simcha of Siyum is as wenn ich endig the Masechta, werde ich aggressor Alev Chacham. Von da kann ich haben Kavochimer von Tume Zilchus Shabbos. Von da kann ich haben lernen Kotschim und machen a Pschitus auf der Scheile von Aris, von Amekabel Soda und Chavero. Von da, was Reb Chaim Volozhiner sagt, wir können haben von Ilches Suke, kann man matter seine Aguna. Sie geht, seine Geht, nicht seine Geht, a Scheile von Aguna. Oile Mikol Anan, I want you children to understand and to listen. The idea of learning another masechta and another chumash and another mishnayos is not only because you're going to know sukkah, you're going to know brachas. That's not the word. Because you learn another masechta, you become a bigger chacham. You become a bigger chacham, you become a bigger mushlam. When you become a bigger mushlam, you can have the ability to dissect, to frego, to have a pircha, to have a kalvachimer, to have a binyanav, to understand something else which is totally irrelevant. And sometimes when you're missing that extra dimension, you're going to come to ask and say, Azak kasha zog der Ramban, fragt me nicht. If you would know Kochim, you wouldn't ask such a kasha in Hilchos Baba Metzir. Maybe soll geben, soll man can learn and mehr, should be in a position to learn more and more, to have more and more masechtas, not only for the idea of having another knowledge to finish up another Kiddushin or another Baba Kama or another Baba Metzir, but with it, to have the ability of becoming a bigger chacham, a bigger leiv chacham, lo mekenen machen asimcha legoimra shel Torah v'legoimra shel masecheta.
But how do you know